Hey, yo, what's goody? What's goody? It's your boy 2K, usually from the Prodigy of Boxing Talk YouTube channel. Now I'm on, you know what I'm saying, the Movement Boxing Podcast. We do every Sunday. I'm hosting it in my man B's absence. He's out there abroad trying to sow his royal oats, but we know what's really good. He ain't getting no ass. Yo, I'm here with my man Bernard from Truth and Facts About Boxing. How you doing, fam?
What's good, fam?
Doing good, man. And I'm also here with my man, Big Cool, a.k.a. Big Smoke from Colossal Boxing Talk. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good, man. Glad to be back on with my guys, ready to tackle these topics, man.
Word up, word up. All right, and of course, the other guy, the other crime, or partner in crime anyway, Bo, he'll also be on, but he'll be on a little bit later. He's just now getting off work. All right, so what we got going on here? Y'all already know what's first. I mean, it's the biggest fucking topic in boxing right now. Triple G versus Canelo, okay? So we got a draw in that fight. One of the most anticipated fights of this year. A lot of people thought Triple G won. A lot of people thought Canelo won. The official judges, Dave Moretti had it 115-113 for Golovkin. Don Trella, the judge that I thought was going to fuck up, had it 114-114. And then Adelaide Bird. Now, usually Adelaide is a solid judge. But for some reason, the bitch didn't have her bifocal glasses on for this fight. You know what I'm saying? She only had Canelo, Triple G winning 2 fucking rounds. I'm going to go to my man Big Cool, dog. How did you think this fight went down, and who did you have winning at the end, fam?
I had Canelo Alvarez winning 7-5. I thought that Golovkin, although he was the aggressor, he wasn't, his typical self. We know from the past, the Macklin fights, anybody we've seen him fight, once he gets you on those ropes, he goes off to the body. I don't know if it was because he was fearful of what, Canelo was going to do with the countering or whatever it was. You know what I'm saying? He just didn't, work the body like I thought he would, and Canelo gave him plenty of chances. He more so stopped, Canelo than cut off the ring. The way Canelo countered him, man, it was just, beautiful. The hand speed was definitely a big difference. Golovkin couldn't really deal with it. He did land his fair share of shots, but he didn't hurt Canelo. And I just think that he fell short on a lot of his shots, man. And he kind of looked a little sluggish. Surprisingly to me, he looked like the bigger man in there. He kind of was towering over Canelo a little bit. And, Canelo just fought a great fight. In some parts, he kind of, I guess, preserved some energy, which I thought that, come 7th round, I thought Triple G would take over because the body shots were starting to, take effect and take toll on Canelo. But he never really landed those solid body shots. And for people to say that Canelo ran, it's crazy. He boxed beautifully, and he stood in the pocket. It's not his fault that Triple G couldn't hit him clean with a shot or couldn't cut the ring off and take advantage of the times he did have Canelo on the ropes. I scored it very close. I had to go back and watch it, but I know I gave I might be in a minority, but I gave rounds 2, 3, 5-ish, or 2, 3, and 4 to Canelo, and then I gave him maybe the last 3 rounds, 10 through 12.
Yeah.
Because he was just more effective, man. He let his hands go, and people were trying to compare the Laura fight, his fight with Laura. The difference is Laura just moved to move. Canelo was moving and letting his hands go. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference. And I think that, I'm not mad at the draw. Like my boy Bernard was saying before we went on the air. If Triple G won, it's just how – it's all about your POV, how you look at it, man. And I think that aggression doesn't equal winning rounds. And I think that people just mad that Canelo didn't get destroyed like they predicted, so they look bad in their prediction of the fight. But yeah, I'll let somebody else take it over, man.
I agree with pretty much everything you said. See, before I go to Bernard, this shit right here, this fight to me, POV is a huge statement. You know what I'm saying? Because it's really the epitome of what you were gonna come out with at the end of this fight, right? You had Triple G, who could have been seen as being the effective aggressor, right? And then you have Canelo, who is landing the more crisp, clean shots. Those are two criteria that judges do their scorecards based off of. So depending on what type of judge you would have been watching a fight, you would either gave it to Canelo or Triple G, or you would have thought both of them were equally doing well and the respective criteria they were doing well in, and you would have came up with a draw. But no, man, how'd you see this shit going, fam?
Oh, wow. That's funny that you said you took a little bit of what I wanted in my head. I was going to go over the four judging criteria just to explain my reasoning on why it's a draw. But let me first go on my scorecard. I can see how it went to Canelo, but I also can see how it went to Triple G. Then I'm going to tell y'all how it went to the draw. Okay. My scorecard is a little bit different. I saw a tale of like two different fights. I have gave Canelo the first 5 rounds. I know people are like, yo, why did you do that? It's when the 6th round, his stamina kind of went low. He started taking the round off, and that's when Triple G picked up pretty much the next four rounds. Then the 9th round, the 10th round, I think that was kind of a swing round, but I kind of gave that to Canelo. It went 11th round with the Triple G, 12th round with the Canelo. 115, 113, I had Canelo winning. Don't get me wrong, there was swing rounds that could make it a draw as well as make it Triple G winning. So I can see that. But now let me go on the judging criteria. The judging criteria is clean punching, effective aggressiveness, ring generalship, and defense. Now, I gave defense clearly to Canelo.
Okay.
Effective aggression, I gave it to Triple G because there were at times he picked up the pace and he was effective on getting Canelo to the ropes. And there were times Canelo wasn't doing anything. He was getting hit. There was a point where he landed a 9-punch combo that Roy Jones pointed out. Now, when it came down to ring generalship, 50-50. And when it came to clean punching, it was 50-50. That's where I see the draw in.
Let me ask you this, because there's some cats out there that I respect. Shout out to my brother Wilson. Shout out to my man Chris Henderson, who's been on the show a few times. Chris specifically, he felt that Golovkin displayed a better defense in this fight, which kind of contradicts what you said about Canelo having the defensive edge. Man, what do you think about that? How do you elaborate on Canelo having the defensive edge after that statement?
See, what Canelo was doing, he was using his head. He was using his head more, and he was making Triple G miss. There was even on the ropes. That's where Triple G loves to have his opponents. But that's also where Canelo strives because he loves to be on the ropes. The only time you never really see Canelo do all that moving on the ropes is when he was against Mayweather, when Mayweather was teeing off on him on the ropes. But that's when his stamina was on low too. But Canelo should have been able. He was moving, boom, boom, boom. In fact, if there's a replay, he was open. Canelo, bow, right uppercut. He moved out, got out the ropes. I was like real pissed, like, yo, I'm about to kill this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? After he got hit with that uppercut, I was like, this. Then there was this one moment where Canelo was on the ropes. He did a hook. It wasn't the best hook, but he did a hook to get off the ropes, to get off the ropes, and he pivoted to his left. So I'm like, okay, now he's doing certain things. He's using counter punches to get away from Triple G on the ropes. Triple G, but don't get me wrong. I can see what Chris Henderson said about Triple G's defense because, man, I'm gonna tell you something. Triple G was unblocking them body shots, but he was doing what 2K pointed out in his video. Stick his head out, and I was mad because that was Canelo's chance to fucking land that uppercut. I'm like, hit that motherfucker, but he would hit it with the left. Triple G block it, but I was like, damn, Canelo hit him with the fucking right uppercut. That was all there for you, man, and he just wouldn't do it. He just wouldn't do it, man.
Let me jump in real quick, not to cut you off, 2K. I know you're gonna give your thoughts on it. But a lot of people are saying the CompuBox numbers, man. They love to point to the numbers. I had a few people coming on my post where numbers lie, numbers don't lie, and all that shit. I'm like, numbers don't tell the whole, the whole fight. You don't know how effective that.
Is that fucking CompuBox?
Yeah, motherfuckers was posted.
I told these dumbass niggas to stop fucking talking about CompuBox. See, y'all niggas gonna make me get mad and shit. I ain't drank my eggs yet. Go ahead, dog.
Hey, I'm about to crack this last egg I got right now.
Go ahead, Big
but like I said, off the initial first watch, just watching the fight once, I mean, I had to watch it again, but I didn't see a busy, Triple G. And it's one thing, if you're not gonna be busy, you still got to make your shots count. You know what I'm saying? You got to land those effective shots when you throw your hands. And I just felt he did a lot. He did let his hands go, but it wasn't like it was so drastic where you got to pull up the numbers like, okay, people say he outlanded Canelo, fine. But to me, Canelo's shots were more effective. You know what I'm saying?
I have a question about that too. I don't want to ask y'all this.
Go ahead.
If a fighter throws more punches, like, okay, I thought Triple G threw more punches, but he missed more. Canelo threw less punches, but his connect percentage was higher than Triple G, meaning he didn't throw that many punches with more, whereas Triple G threw a lot more punches and missed a lot.
I agree.
But his number was a little bit greater. So how do you gauge that? Do you gauge it? Hey, I don't know what the numbers are. I'm gonna use this as an example because they're not in front of me right now. If through a 150 out of 300, say that's 50%, and say Triple G threw 125 out of 350, but Canelo's number is higher than Triple G's. But to people's eyes, Triple G was landing some pretty good shots. I mean, I don't go by the numbers because the numbers can be
think about it.
They can be misguided.
Think about it. Whoever, a lot of Floyd Mayweather's fights, for example, Floyd Mayweather versus Oscar De La Hoya, Floyd Mayweather versus Jose Luis Castillo 1 and 2, right? Floyd versus Marcos Maidana. A lot of those fights, he was. If you looked at CompuBox, you would be like, yeah, Floyd was outworked. If you a dumbass nigga and you look at CompuBox and you say, based on those numbers, that's who wins the fight, then you're gonna say in each one of those fights he was completely outworked, right? Because his opponent threw more and probably landed more. But Floyd was the more effective puncher because he landed at a better connect percentage and his shots. He was more economical, so that makes him look better.
Yes.
Yeah, if you throw 100 punches and you land 79 of them bitches, right? It's gonna look better than your opponent throwing 500 and only landing 120. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's gonna look. So
pretty much, you say what I was trying to say, 2K.
Right. So I mean, that's the context and how you got to view that shit. But at the same time, CompuBox can only be a distraction for enthusiasts. You know what I'm saying? CompuBox is for casuals, in my opinion. If you're just getting into the sport, you're interested, you want to see how shit goes down, then HBO, Showtime, and other networks will provide some statistical data so you can understand how shit goes down. That's what fucking CompuBox is for. I don't expect enthusiasts or niggas that proclaim themselves to be enthusiasts to be looking at fucking CompuBox and saying, yeah, well, this guy won because of CompuBox. I immediately take your motherfucking card when I hear that shit. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, if you're watching the fight, in my opinion, I have no problems with Triple G taking this fight. You know what I'm saying? I do have a problem with Teddy Atlas scoring at 118 to 110 for Triple G. That's absolutely ridiculous. And I also have a problem with I can't remember the dude who it was, but he was a Mexican viewer. They asked him for his opinion. He's an analyst, a Mexican analyst. He had it like 117, 111 for Canelo. I highly disagree with that shit. You know what I'm saying? This was a very close fight. It's like I said, it was effective aggression versus clear, solid, crisp punching. You've got one guy that was on his back foot, and you've got another guy who stayed coming forward. I mean, it's just really all about, what's your flavor? You know what I'm saying? If you like the guy trying to cut the ring off on the guy, being more, having more of a high volume, more output, you know what I'm saying, bringing the fight to the other guy, then you're going to pick Golovkin. If you like the guy trying to be more technical, stay on his back foot, stay away from getting caught, you know what I'm saying, at mid-range distance, trying to measure his opponent so he can land that counter shot, then you're going to pick Canelo. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I had Canelo winning 115, 113. But I could easily go back and find a fucking round to give to Golovkin. You see what I'm saying? And make it a draw. I could probably find 2 rounds. and give them both to Golovkin, make it a fucking 115, 113 fight for Golovkin. You see what I'm saying? So the first 3 rounds I have for Canelo, the last 3 rounds I have for Canelo, and then I gave Canelo one in the middle. And it was a very, very close round, the one I gave to Canelo in the middle. I mean, it was razor fucking close. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I could go back and watch that particular round and give it to Golovkin. Now I got Golovkin winning the fight.
And see,
you see what I'm saying?
See what you're saying, 2K. So, I agree, not to cut you off, but that's what I'm saying. Yeah. If you say it like you said, if you're looking for the guy that's aggressive, you know what I'm saying, that's trying to enforce this type of fight, cool. You know what I'm saying? But to argue that it was 9-3, 8-4, that's just discrediting either fighter. You know what I'm saying? Whether you're on the Canelo side or Golovkin side. People, I'm not upset with anybody that's having it Golovkin win. But anything outside of 7-5 for either guy, it's just like, all right, bro, now you biased. Now you just want to, prove a point. Like you just, no, bro, like, that's ridiculous. I got motherfuckers I respect talking about some, it was 9-3, it was an easy win. It was levels to it. What levels was it? What levels was displayed by Golovkin?
Hey, I got one question. I'm going to propose it. I said it in Eastwick. Will there really be that much outrage if Andale Bird had scored at Canelo 115, 113?
Nope. No. Maybe. For fanboys. There's a lot of fanboys, man. I'm going to tell you that now.
I can see the fanboys from both sides. You know what I'm saying?
But these dudes I respect, though, that's fanboys, bro. That's what I'm saying. These dudes know boxing. Or at least I thought
That's a good question, though. That's a good question. That's something to think about. You know what I'm saying? Would they have scored? I mean, would there be so much outrage if Adelaide Bird had a closer scorecard than 118, 110? That's an excellent question. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
I don't think it would have, because I think most people are focusing on the 118, 110 card and taking away from the actual competition of the fight.
But that's the thing, though. They're like you just said, I don't mean to cut you off. They're focused on that card. But if that card was different, if it was 116, 112, I'm gonna throw that number out. Yeah. Yeah. Will we be like, yo, he got robbed or whatever?
Yeah, they would still say it would have to be 115, 113, bro. Yeah. For real, honestly, because that 116, 112, they would have still been like, well, I mean, they gave him 2 more rounds, you know what I'm saying? But still, that ain't good enough, I mean, or 1 more round or whatever, but these dudes are being highly emotional over a fight.
I was shocked to see one cat that was a Triple G fan that clearly, when I asked him the judging criteria to fight with the Jacobs fight, he said Triple G won everything. And then in this fight, he's a Triple G fan. For some reason, he was defending Canelo and talking about defense. I'm like, yeah, I don't know, man. Cassie's on weird.
What do y'all? I don't know if y'all saw that shit, but did y'all see the argument between Teddy Atlas and Stephen A. Smith?
No. I'm glad I didn't see it either. 2 niggas that scream.
He needs to be tested. Not today. Not tomorrow. Not an hour from now. Not 2 hours from now. Right now.
Yeah. Yeah. In a nutshell, I'll just breeze through this, man. Fucking Teddy Atlas is basically trying to relay the fact that there is corruption dealing with the administrators of boxing. You got your boxing commissions, you got your promoters. He said there's a lot of corruption dealing with the administrators, right? Whereas Stephen A. Smith wanted to act as if the nigga got some type of fucking boxing knowledge, and nigga's been following boxing, longer than anybody else. Talking about, I will not let you talk down on this sport. Nigga, shut the fuck up. Nigga, go get your goddamn hairline redid, nigga. Next.
Scripted.
Next.
Oh, shit. All right.
Billy Hoe. Man, that's that nigga Bo's homeboy right there. All them UK niggas he be having on his show. He like Billy Hoe.
Still ain't got his ass on the show, though.
I know, right? I'm going to talk about his ass. So, Billy Hoe Saunders retains his belt, the WBO belt, at 160 pounds this past Saturday, defeating Willie Monroe. Something that we all should have already known. I'm not sure if y'all picked Willie Monroe, but if you did, I wish y'all was standing right here so I can give you a light slap on the side of your face.
Hey man, you ain't gonna talk to me like that, dog.
Hey, I did, but I said he would get robbed. But I didn't think he was. I thought he was gonna come to the fight. That's why. But hey,
yeah, I thought he was gonna come to fight, and then get robbed. But damn, man, he didn't do shit. He's mentally fucked now, man.
He must have had his eggs before the fight or something.
I'm telling you, man, he didn't. Motherfucker didn't drink his eggs, bro. That shit makes a difference. Nah, but see, the problem with him was that he tried to fight Billy Hoe in the UK like he was fighting him in the United States. And I'm telling my wife, I'm like, dog, you got to be way more active. You got to apply way more fucking aggression than what you're applying in the UK, dog. It was a close fight, but the judges had Billy Hoe winning clearly, which is something we knew was going to happen if Willie didn't show that divide in the fight, right? He literally needed to go over there and show that he's B level and Billy Hoe is C minus. That's the only way he was leaving that motherfucker with a decision. And he wasn't able to do that. He made it look as if they were both on the same level, which they really are. And now, you know, Willie Monroe goes back to the drawing board, man. Bernard, man, how'd you think about that fight, man? What should Willie and Billy Hoe do next?
Man, I don't think Willie Monroe got that mentality, man. I don't know, man. I just don't think he has it. So he needs to take a break, take a breather. He might need to go to Philly, man, and get him toughened up, man, and get that aggression. Because I want to see some aggression out of him. But he need to go somewhere that's toughen up.
Yeah. That nigga crying and shit before the fight. You know, I respect him for that. You know, he was crying because, you know, it's been a long road. It's been a long road for him. You know what I'm saying? He said a lot of niggas in his camp, you know, they dipped on him and shit when he lost to Darnell Boone. So, you know, he said he had to take fights, you know, at 168 on 2 weeks' notice, and he was fighting out of his garage and shit during training camp. So he had a long road, but it's just not a good look when you sitting there crying and shit before you about to fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, that you cry afterwards after you win the championship, man. Now for Billy Hoe, I don't know how y'all feel about this, but he supposedly called out Amir Khan.
Man, I'm about to get off the call. You say this shit, you entertain this
but
shit.
I'm not. Hey, I'm not. You gonna? We gonna wait till the final blow for you to go in on him. Let me just say this: with the draw that went down in that fight, I would love to see if Triple G could land that Billy Hoe fight. Just for the simple fact, I just want him to take that fucking belt off Hoe. That way, the rematch will be down to Canelo. Canelo will be undisputed championship, all the belts on the line, including the IBO. Shout out to the IBO. We need some sponsorships over here, fam.
Hey,
well, sponsor me. You know what?
First of all, fuck the IBO.
Oh man, somebody mute that nigga's mic. He's hating on the IBO.
Yeah, fuck the International Boxing Organization. They can kiss my ass. That's number one. Number two, this would be the easiest road to undisputed in a long ass time, bro. If Triple G and Billy Hoe get in the ring. Big cool, man. What do you think about that fight, and where do you think each fighter should go from here?
Man, as one of my coaches used to say in football in practice, when two guys was going against each other and they were, you know, going soft, one motherfucker glad he ain't being aggressive or some shit like that. Pretty much, Willie Monroe fought that fight like he was glad Billy Joe Saunders wasn't really letting his hands go, because that shit was pathetic, man. That shit was pathetic. He talked all this shit leading up to the fight. You know, you see his Facebook post saying, you know, this and that. And I think he was a broken fighter leading up. When he called him a queer, I think that's when it was just like, oh, shit. You know, he really was defeated then. And, you know, his son hit him in his nuts. And I just think that he don't have the mentality. You know what I'm saying? Like, that nigga, when he hit him in his nuts and shit, he was like, wow. You know what I'm saying? This is what I got.
Hit him in the nuts and kicked him. I would have mushed him, like that.
I'd have mushed him, dog. I'm sorry. I'd have mushed. Little nigga would have seen his head going to the right. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, bro.
Nah, but I agree with you. Honestly, man, I ain't gonna say too much because Billy Hoe got it coming later on. But I mean, like Bernard said, he just ain't. I don't get it because he gave more effort and heart. It fought a dumb fight and got fucked up, but he could have made this fight so much easier if he would at least fought. He didn't even come to fight. He just came to show up, put the gloves on, get a paycheck. Maybe he is that mentally weak where, you know, he said he was getting called nigger more this fight week than he did in his life. You know what I'm saying? So maybe that
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I didn't mean to cut you off, Big Cool. I think he showed his mental weakness when he quit against Triple G. Triple G, to me, my personal opinion.
Yeah.
Man, I know he was getting his ass. I know he was getting his ass whooped, but
yeah, he was getting that ass beat down.
He should have.
And that's the thing. Like, I don't understand why. You know, I'm not clowning. I mean, shit, fuck it. I am clowning y'all niggas. I don't understand why. I don't understand why niggas Willie Monroe a chance. You know what? Let me put it this way. I know why they did. Let me put it this way. I don't understand where Willie Monroe's 15 minutes of fame came from. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I don't think y'all picked him because of this, but mad niggas outside of y'all were saying that Willie is a good fight for Billy Ho. He's a respectable contender. You know, he's a somebody that can actually, you know, do some big things at 160. And I'm looking at these niggas like, nigga, what the fuck are you? We talking about the same Willie Ho? I'm sorry.
Oh, Willie Ho. Oh, damn.
I should call him that. We talking about the same Willie Ho. The same Willie Ho that got knocked out.
Willie Monho. Willie Monho.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
got knocked out by Triple G. Nobody knew who the fuck Willie Monroe was before he fought Triple G. Matter of fact, a lot of niggas, including myself, were upset that Triple G was fighting fucking Willie Monroe, right? The only thing we knew about Willie was that he lost to Darnell Boone previously, right? So all of a sudden, after the Gabe Rosado fight, which was a garbage-ass fight that a lot of motherfuckers were mad at, the damn crowd was booing while the goddamn fight was still underway, right? All of a sudden, this nigga got some 15 minutes of fame, like this 15-minute buzz. And I'm telling cats, like, why are y'all upset that he went to the UK and lost? This is still Willie Monroe. You know what I'm saying? He is not. Hold on, Bernard. He's not an elite level fighter. He's not even a B+ level fighter. The nigga is teetering on C+ and B-. So why the fuck are we upset? Go ahead, Bernard.
You asked where he got his fame from. I think because when he fought Triple G and he was landing all them punches on him, like the way he was, that's where he got. I think that 15 minutes of fame came from, because he was like, oh, we never seen Triple G get hit. But I'm gonna be honest with you, let him do that, because Willie Monroe has no power.
Right.
They had no effect on him. But to the people that saw it and they understand, even Triple G said, "Hey, I'll let the fight go on a little bit longer." He clearly disrespected Willie Monroe. So,
damn.
I mean, clearly. So Billy Ho fought Willie Monroe this past Saturday. Billy Ho won.
Yeah.
And he
should probably title. Yeah. So y'all saying they should have titled the fight the Battle of the Hoes? That's what you saying?
That's what they should have did. You know what?
Like that.
I was telling this one cat, I said, there's no difference at 160 between Willie Monroe Jr., Toriano Johnson, and fucking Dominic Wade. They all the same niggas. They're the same niggas. They're the same.
You know what? Hey, when you say Dominic Wade, that cracked me. He said, I might. What he say? Leading up to the fight with Triple G, I might go in there and kill him because I'm a thug or some shit. He said.
Oh yeah, I remember that dumb shit.
Yeah, that shit was funny as hell.
Yeah. But, all right, y'all. We got that punk ass nigga Bo on the phone, man. Hey, Bo, you too late, bro. You said 7:30.
And this ain't Twine moderating, so we ain't doing the El La Boca Loco shit. You got the.
I'm telling. Yeah, no doubt. Hold on. I think it's. Hold on. This nigga muted? Nah, he ain't muted. I don't know. He ain't saying shit. We just gonna move on. Let's go.
I'm waiting on you motherfuckers to address me properly. God damn it. Who the fuck is this punk? This is why you don't give a light-skinned nigga control of a show. You see how the fuck he acted?
Oh shit. If y'all didn't hear that old grumpy old man-ass voice, that's that man Bo from Truth and Facts About Boxing, man. How you doing, man?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Doing this hangout thing. This shit is real, y'all. We making moves. We went from phones to doing live hangouts. Now all we gotta do is get our light-skinned boy hip to the time so he can get a real phone instead of that private shit he be doing calling you, and we be on point.
Hell yeah. Boy, I be making business calls on Skype. I ain't even bullshitting y'all niggas. Hell yeah.
Cheap ass nigga.
Hey,
yo,
hold on now. Wait a minute. I'm about to say, don't knock that nigga because I do that shit too sometimes. That shit is kind of cheap.
Hell yeah.
No, the difference is 2K calls off the payphone sometimes, nigga. Hey, yo, honey.
Hey, yo, Bo. While you on, man, we already went through the Triple G versus Canelo fight, nigga. In a few words, you long-winded ass nigga. How did you see that fight, and who did you have winning, fam?
I'm going to tell you like this, man. At this point, I'm just going to say this. Y'all motherfuckers need to learn the difference between a close fight and a robbery. Do not compare Pernell Whitaker and Chavez to this motherfucking fight. Yes.
They did that?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Hey, was that in? Which room was that in, Bo? You gonna call that room out? Was the room I think it was?
Oh man, no, fuck the room. I'm gonna call the nigga out. That was Paul.
Oh no!
I'm gonna call the nigga out.
Hold up, Willie the Kid. Did y'all hear that? It was Paul.
Sam, y'all heard that, right?
That was Paul. Paul was trying to make that comparison some kind of way. I'm like, man, come on, man.
Damn.
But it was a close fight. When I first saw the fight, and then that's another thing, like a lot of cats in ring he was mad because they was like, who you had win? I said, I'm not telling y'all because y'all acting crazy, but I was saving it for here. Listen, I first watched that fight. I watched that fight 3 or 4 times. First time I watched that fight, I had it a draw. But there was a couple of rounds that I had question marks about. Yeah. So I watched it again. Second time, I said, okay, Triple G, because I seen one round different. Then I watched it again. I said, fuck, Canelo, because I seen another round different. It was a close fight. Right. Okay? So don't talk to me about corruption in boxing when the only scorecard you bringing up is the 118-110, because if I go by what all you motherfuckers are saying, it was a blowout and all of that, then that means all them scorecards was fucked up. Yep. So
I agree.
You know, bottom line, close fight. 115, 113 tells me close fight, motherfucker.
I agree 100%. All right, what'd you think about Billy Hoe? And we gave Willie a new name, you know what I'm saying? What is it, Bernard?
Willie Monho.
Willie Monho, name, man.
Ain't he Cuban too? Ain't he Cuban?
Hey, hold the fuck on, motherfucker. Hold the fuck on. You is not gonna do that on our first live goddamn show.
He Cuban, ain't he Cuban? We gotta call that out, man. He gotta
hey, motherfucker, I'm in my car, nigga. I will drive to your house. You close to me.
My address is 30.
What'd you think about that fight, bro? Willie Monho versus Billy Hoe, man. What'd you think?
The sad thing is, I hope Willie would win because I felt Willie probably would have rematched Gennady Golovkin because he did want to get it back. But Willie don't have no dog in him, man, and that's his whole problem. No. He has no dog in him. First of all, and some of y'all gonna take this the wrong way, and it is what it is if you do, right? You is not supposed to be, if you black, patting on no white kid's head. What the fuck is wrong with you? That's the first thing. No, but I mean, he tried to pat him on the head like being no. You don't. First off, you don't touch nobody else's kid. Period. That's just number one.
True.
You don't touch nobody else.
No. Yeah, I gotta agree with Bo on that one because Billy Hoe did teach his son right. If he's a stranger, kick him in the fucking nuts.
Yeah, but my thing too though is when that little boy did that, if I was Willie Monho, I'd have been in Billy's face saying, "You gonna get the ass whooping this man for this little motherfucker right here."
I would have kicked both their ass. I kicked his son ass Friday, his daddy ass Saturday.
Yep. He don't have none in him, and Billy Hoe, because he knew that Willie didn't have no dog in him, and I have a new thing it's called the no fight zone. Billy Hoe got the no fight zone. I don't fight Gabriel Rosado. I don't fight Daniel Jacobs. I don't fight David Lemieux. I don't fight Kurt Stevens. Yep. As a matter of fact, anybody that has anything over a 20% chance of beating me, they ain't getting it.
Yep.
And that's Billy.
Throw David Hay in them motherfucker too. All them UK motherfuckers, some duckers. Aaron, throw Aaron in there too.
Yeah, shout out to Aaron too, aka C Biscuit.
That's the original duck.
Selling the best duck soup in the UK.
Duck soup. Oh,
yo,
shit.
wow.
All right, y'all. Let's move. See, this nigga B not here. Y'all niggas be acting all wild and shit. I'm like the substitute teacher, nigga. Y'all get away with too much shit. Let's move on to
hey, we hooligans at heart.
all right.
No, motherfucker, because you that cool substitute teacher. B be that stiff ass nurse nun and shit that you have.
Yeah,
that nun you have in school and shit. Be that stiff ass nun and shit.
Be that stuffed shirt ass nigga like. All right, everybody, let's go ahead and move on to the next topic.
I'm telling the teacher on you.
All right, now settle down, guys. I'm gonna give you a
word up. Settle down.
Yeah, you know that. Yeah, that nigga don't get loose till he had his first stuff. He had his first whiff of some weed. That's when he get loose.
I'm a breeze through this next one, man, because you know sentiments shared on here is that we don't give a fuck about this fight, but it's on here. Callum Smith pretty much showed that. If he bring his ass to the U.S., he probably gonna get knocked the fuck out or just beat up pretty badly. You know what I'm saying? He had his fight with Erik Skoglund, a motherfucker that's from Sweden, but primarily fought in Denmark and in fucking Finland or some shit. Two different places where he's not from. You know what I'm saying? Went to the UK, had an excellent showing. A lot of people thought Callum was probably gonna lose that fight, but he ended up picking it up at the end and took the win. Wins that whack-ass WBC Diamond belt. So after that fight, my sentiments are that Callum Smith, man, you need to go back to the drawing board. You need to be on that Rocky Balboa shit if you even decide to bring your motherfucking ass to the States, because you're going to get some dogs ran up in your ass, real talk. Y'all got anything y'all want to say about that shit?
Hey, look, I'm going to say one thing, man. Anthony Dirrell got to be the sickest man in the world. First, Benavidez looked like shit. He probably could have beat that version. And he fucking faked the knee injury or whatever the fuck he did. Fucked himself out of Callum Smith. So this nigga could be the WBC champion.
Yeah.
But this nigga fucked himself up. So, hey, that's all I got to say. Anthony Dirrell, I know you over there mad in the motherfucker because neither one of these cats probably could beat you at this point. But
yeah, the way they looked in their last fight.
And he get a Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. fight.
Hold up, nigga. Yeah. Damn, nigga moving ahead and shit. Nigga, sit your ass down, nigga.
Sit in the corner.
Hey, you ADD having ass nigga.
Hey, I just got one thing to say. There's a particular Dirrell brother that 2K got into it with. Do you want to talk to us now?
Willie Dirrell! Snitch! Hey, Willie.
Yeah.
Hey there, Willie.
Yo,
hey there, Willie. Fuck out of here, bro. I'm still waiting on that nigga to come to Dallas. Let's move to the next one. We got Julio Caesar salad with croutons versus Anthony Dirrell, supposed to be happening November 11th of this year. Now, I don't think anybody takes Julio. I don't even know. Fuck it, Caesar salad. Nobody takes Caesar salad seriously. You know what I'm saying? At this point in his career, I mean, he's over there smoking weed before fights, not really training. His dad is, his dad is pleading with him. Goes out in the fight, loses all 12 rounds, then goes to the hotel room with a couple bitches, ends up getting robbed. Nobody's taking this nigga seriously. You know what I'm saying? So should we take a fight with Anthony Dirrell November 11th? Seriously, I'm gonna go with Bo first on this one, man.
Well, shout out. I'm gonna steal this from my man 78. Shout out to him. Julio Cesar Cartel. That's what I'm gonna call him because I don't believe that's Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. Son, senior son. So I'm gonna call him Julio Cesar Cartel. So, but no, man, hell no. You can't. How many chances do this motherfucker get? Like, he's taking somebody else's spot. Like, really? Honestly speaking, Julio Cesar Chavez is lucky that Jalen Love and Mickey Bay is still around. Otherwise, he'd be in that I don't want to fucking see you no more category.
Word up.
Okay?
Shit, there's enough room for him
so,
too.
No. Yeah. You're right. It is. But no, man, we shouldn't. You can't take somebody seriously who was born with a silver spoon in their mouth trying to participate in the sport that requires you to have suffered something for you to have drive.
No doubt. Think about it, Big Cool.
I think this fight is only relevant because Anthony Dirrell is still relevant. He should whoop his ass. He should knock him out. If he loses this fight, then shame on him. He probably should retire because nobody loses to Chavez Jr. at all. At least nobody of that has skill. So I think that besides Dirrell getting stupid in there and getting caught with something, I think that he blows Chavez Jr. out the water. I think he knocks him out.
So, Bernard, who you got in that fight? You think?
Man, I got the dog, Anthony the dog Dirrell. Man, gone. He's gonna handle his business, get that easy payday, and then he's gonna fight either Smith or Benavidez.
No, he ain't.
If they don't fight each other.
No,
hold up though.
You don't think so?
Cesar Salad got he got a nice inside game though. You know what I'm saying? He could take a shot with the best of them. Why he ain't got no shot?
He got his ass. He took some ass whooping, boy. And Anthony can punch. Anthony can punch.
True.
Well, you got to return fire. You just can't take fire. You got to return fire too.
This is gonna be the fight that end Chavez, man.
Well, did y'all see how he fought at 168 last time? He was pale and he was He didn't look. I mean, he won the fight, but he didn't look too good health wise to me.
Right. I feel that.
Whoever loses this fight should be done with boxing. Seriously.
I mean,
I agree with that. I agree with that, bro. Either they're done with boxing or they are a certified gatekeeper. You know what I'm saying? They've lost. Well, I mean, Anthony Dirrell hasn't really lost too many fights, but he's been away from boxing to the point where nobody's really looking for him. He only has one loss, and that's the Badou Jack. But nobody's really looking for him. You know what I'm saying? So
you don't lose to Chavez Jr., bro. And keep your career going. No, you don't lose to Chavez Jr. It don't matter if you only got one loss.
And that was my next point. Yeah. Exactly. And that was my next point. If you lose to a fighter of that caliber that nobody respects, you might be done. You might be gatekeeper status, bro. So they're saying the winner of this fight, even though Callum Smith won the WBC silver or diamond belt, whatever the fuck it is, the winner of this fight is going to be the mandatory for David Benavidez. So Benavidez is going to have two mandatories essentially. And I think possibly they'll go the Anthony Dirrell route if he beats Chavez Jr. because that's a bigger payday, in my opinion, than Callum Smith. I mean, it just depends. If he goes over to the UK, then it will be a bigger payday over there. So we'll see what happens, man. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. So, Joseph Parker versus that nigga Hughie. I don't say his real name.
Hughie.
Hughie's better than Hughie. That boy Hughie Fury, man, going for the WBO title. What do y'all think about this fight, man? Let me start off with Bernard.
Oh, wow. Didn't Hughie get hurt last time preparing for this fight?
Yep.
You know what? I'm going to put it like this, man. It's a 50-50 fight. I haven't really been too impressed with Joseph Parker and his even when he fought Andy Ruiz. I wasn't impressed. I felt that Ruiz edged that fight out. It's a 50-50 fight. I mean, I'll catch it. I'll take a look at it and try to break it down when we review it. But as of right now, as a winner, I don't have a winner because it's 50-50. But if I was to lean to it, maybe I'll go with Joseph Parker by decision.
Yeah. Well, here's the rundown to give a little background on Hughie. You know what I'm saying? He's essentially a poor man's Tyson Fury. His footwork, they talk about his hand speed over in the UK. They say that a lot of people, I've ran into UK cats that try to say that Hughie Fury is probably potentially the best heavyweight, not Anthony Joshua. I've actually heard that I swear to God, man, I'm not lying. I've actually heard that from a few UK guys. And I'm like, are you fucking serious? In the ring with Anthony Joshua, you saying Hughie would beat him? So, but they like him because he's essentially the same type of fighter, has the same kind of style as his cousin.
A great value version.
Yeah, exactly. The gray Walmart version. Hell yeah. Exactly. So essentially think of Tyson Fury versus Joseph Parker. Smart, right? Not as talented boxing from the outside. What do you think about that, Big Cool?
I think Joseph Parker should win. He's stronger, better. He's just better, and he's going to have to come out, set the pace, and be very active, be very clear with each round because he's fighting in Manchester, England. And if it goes to the scorecards, I would be surprised if we have a new champion by robbery, legitimately, legit robbery and shit. But I think Parker, he's going to get him out there late, maybe stop him in the 11th round. But Parker kind of fights lazy. He kind of takes rounds off. He kind of admires his work, and he can be out hustled. You know what I'm saying? But he shouldn't struggle with Hughie Fury. If this was Tyson, we'd be talking about a whole different thing. But this is not. This is Hughie. Even though Hughie been getting his Rocky on, hitting meat and shit and chopping wood, he's just not good enough, man. I don't think his chin is terrible. And I wouldn't be surprised he break his hand or something in the fight because he's injury prone. You know what I'm saying? And I just think that Parker is the better guy, better hand speed, better technique, bigger puncher. You know what I'm saying? He's just a more polished fighter, and you know what I'm saying? I think he's gonna stop him late. TKO.
I agree, and you made a good point when you said if it goes to the cars, it could possibly be a robbery because this fight is in the UK, and like I said, Hughie has a pretty base out there. Bo, man, what do you think about this fight, man? And they're talking about the winner possibly going on and looking for an Anthony Joshua fight after he beats Kubrat Pulev in one round. What do you think about that?
I think that it has all the makings of us thinking that, like Big Cool said, if Hughie goes 12 rounds, he'll win. The only way I like Joe, the only thing bothering about Joseph Parker is he's another he's one of them guys that don't have a lot of dog in him either. Because if Hughie goes in there and tries to bully him and push him around and really make him uncomfortable, kind of like what Andy Reid started to do, I could actually see Joseph Parker coming, you know what I'm saying, a little bit unglued there. So,
good point.
I mean, it has the makings for Hughie to win, but the only way he wins is if he goes in there, roughs him up, and goes 12 rounds. I can definitely see him getting the win. But if he tries to box with Joseph Parker, he's definitely the better boxer. And I don't know what people are talking about all this thing about Hughie, but Joseph Parker is the better boxer. And he's damn the better mover. So
yes.
he should win. The only reason why I would like to see Hughie win is because of the fact that Joseph Parker, punk ass, didn't want to fight Deontay fucking Wilder. So if he lose, at least Hughie will fight Anthony Joshua.
Y'all remember this joint? Chicken head. Remember that shit in 2001?
Chicken.
Big Cool, you probably too young for that shit, nigga.
No, I know about Project Pat.
Ball head, scallywag. Ain't got no
That's
hair.
what fucking go to the ring against Hughie. He need to play that joint for real. That's how he took Deontay Wilder, dog.
Come out eating some chicken or some shit.
He should have a bucket of chicken, dog, in between his gloves, walking out. Chicken.
Yep.
Oh man, shit.
Nah,
with a bought in New Zealand sticker on the bucket too.
I'm telling you, man, for real. I think I got I'm gonna go out on a limb, and I'll probably change my pick later. We got what is it this weekend? The 23rd. Yeah. I'll probably change my pick before this weekend, but I'm gonna go with Hughie, man. And the reason why I'm gonna go with Hughie is because this is my thing. When you got two guys in the ring, right? They're equal. They're on the same level. Both guys are undefeated. One was being pushed as a sensation, but then that shit had to take a back seat because he didn't look good in a couple fights. Andy Ruiz, Carlos Takam, right? What was the other guy he fought? He fought Fred too. Nah, Fred.
It was some fight he hit low and the ref didn't see it.
Yeah, his last fight Fred to see.
Oh yeah, Bo, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, when he hit the dude low and he stayed on the ground. It was
Demichenkov or something. Yeah, right, Dimitrikov. Yeah.
I remember him because he used to be highly touted a long time ago.
Softest giant in boxing, bro.
Yeah, word up. But basically these two guys are equal. Like I said, he hasn't been looking good in the last couple fights. Hughie has a big fan base in the UK. I feel that if Hughie can make it competitive and stay on his feet, I think he'll get the decision by the judges. So I'm willing to take the guy who has a better chance of winning, from an administrative standpoint, maybe skill-wise in the ring, than the guy who really literally has to show a complete divide, similar to Willie Monroe when he went over there and fought Billy Ho, right? He had to show a complete divide in skill set in order to get a decision, or he had to knock him out. I feel Joseph Parker's in the same boat, but the problem here is, like I said, they're in the same skill level. They're both B-level fighters. Yeah. So I'm going to go with Hughie, man. He's got all the advantages in his favor. All right.
Hey, so 2K, does that mean if Hughie win, Tyson Fury the WBO champion too? Since okay, then okay, he's just like little cousin taking a page out of Broner's book. So shit, there it is. Then
that's how Bernard, piggyback off my pick'em win in Eastwick. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah,
he wins.
Hell yeah, little bro.
But he outweigh you about 100 pounds. Okay, I got you.
Big bro.
Hell yeah.
Hey, I eat like big bro. I eat eggs like big bro.
I'm telling you, man. All y'all wish y'all could beat this 175 though.
Tyson Fury.
Oh. All right, let's go to the next one, man. This is Bo's girl right here, so I'm gonna let him take it. We got Katie Taylor, the Irish phenom, female boxer, right? She's fighting Anahi Esther Sanchez title bout at lightweight. It's going to be for the WBA title. It's going to be on the Anthony Joshua Kubrat Pulev 1-round bout that will be happening. Bo, what do you think about this, man? Katie Taylor, man, are you excited for that shit, bro?
First off, man, don't do me like that, man. You said Bo's girl. I'm thinking of the most beautiful woman in all of contact sports. Then the nigga say Katie Taylor. Like, just fucked up my high. Just fucked up my high.
That nigga so hurt.
Man.
Nigga so hurt.
That shit live, dog. And the Serrano's taken, and you know who got Cecilia Brackets in this bitch. So you got Katie Taylor.
Lil' bro got
hey. I'd rather take Clarissa Shields. At least she got some curves.
Lil' bro got Ronda Rousey. That's what we got.
Ooh, damn. That nigga got Holly Holm.
Tough face motherfucker right there.
But that girl can fight though. This girl that Katie Taylor is fighting, she should beat this girl. She's going for a title. She's going for a title. I think Katie Taylor is in her 30s, I believe. She's like 31. So they're trying to fast track her. They see some of the other women doing things. You had Clarissa Shields, who went for a title. Serrano. So they see these other women making moves. But this girl she's fighting, she should definitely beat this girl. I've seen this girl, watch tapes of her. Horrible. So Katie Taylor should be able to outclass her. The real test is going to come when she steps up in class as far as competition. That's the only thing, try not to talk bad about women boxing, but the only thing about women boxing is you have a lot of people holding titles that you'd be like, you shouldn't be holding the title. So, and this is one of them things, like she's fighting a girl that you look at and be like, you shouldn't be holding the title.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. So, as good as she is, I mean, she's pretty much – I've seen people say that Katie Taylor is probably the best well-rounded boxer out abroad over in the UK area, and that includes men and women. A lot of people are saying that she should be top 5 pound for pound if she gets a title, even though she'll only be like 7-0. What do you think about that? Top 5 pound for pound for women, of course. What do you think about that? You got Cecilia Braggins, Amanda Serrano, my girl at middleweight, Christina Hammer. Yep. You got Delphine Persoon. You got a lot of different fighters out there who are very good. Does she have an opportunity to break the top 5 only being 7-0?
No, and I'm going to tell you why. Level of competition and the way you looked against that level of competition. You take Clarissa Shields. Clarissa Shields' first fight was a chick that gave her hell in the amateurs. Then every fight after that, she fought everybody that had winning records, and she outclassed all of them. Except, but the only one was her first fight was, you know, she got a little gun happy. But her last fight, she outclassed an undefeated champion. So she outclassed all of them. Katie Taylor struggled in a couple of her fights. And, I mean, let's be honest, level of competition. She fought people who I'm like, I know you're going to beat this person. I know you're going to beat that person. So, no, I can't say top 5. She's going to have to fight somebody a little bit better than that for me. Like you said, when you got Serrano, Cecilia Bracas, you know, Jelena, who is still out there. You know, Jelena is still out there fighting. You know, you got Maricela, Melissa St. Ville. You have Christina Hammer, like you said, Christina Hammer. So when you got them kind of people out there, no, man, it's tough for me looking at your level of competition and saying you make the top 5 pound for pound.
Agreed. All right. Anybody else want to have some input on this one?
Nope.
I'll take it as a no. Y'all quiet ass motherfuckers. Turn the goddamn Pornhub off, nigga. We on the podcast. Next.
Damn, why they do that to you, Big Cool?
He talking to you, bro. I just got it on mute.
Here. Yeah,
I just got it on mute, bro.
Yeah,
Chill
okay.
out.
Yeah, that's why you had it on mute.
You know they fucked up when they let me host this shit, bro. What's that song by the Lots? Off that We Are the Streets. Y'all fucked up now, niggas. Yeah. That's the song I'm hearing in my head right now. And let's go to the next one, man. We got my man Jorge Linares facing Luke Campbell, who is an Olympic gold medalist out in the UK. Very popular fighter out there. They were trying to rush him on a quicker track than this, but he was beaten in 2015 by split decision to a guy by the name of Ivan Mendy. This should be a good fight. They're fighting for the WBA title, WBA lightweight title. Jorge Linares seems to be on the UK circuit right now. I guess that's how he's going to be ducking Mikey Garcia. Hell yeah, through shade. Bernard, what you think about this fight, man? Luke Campbell, the kid out of the Olympics, gold medalist, going up for his first world title bout against none other than Linares. What do you think, man?
Jorge Linares is going to win this by decision. Clearly. 116-112.
Yep.
That's my prediction. No, say your piece.
I just don't think Luke Campbell's ready, man. I know. I mean, see, he's been pro since 2013. That's 4 years. And he's 17-1. You know what I'm saying? But his competition has been very fucking limited. When he stepped up to like C+ level, the nigga lost a fight. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, he's been fighting niggas like Gary Sykes, you know, Argenis Mendez, after Mendez already got knocked out by fucking Rancis Barthélemy. Of course, they overturned that. And then he got his ass beat for 12 rounds by him. And then he got knocked completely the fuck out by Robert Easter. You know what I'm saying? Fought niggas like Derry Matthews. Motherfucker got 10 L's and shit. Derry Matthews is garbage anyway. You know, you got Darlise Perez, which that was actually supposed to be a good fight. But, you know, Luke Campbell actually took him out of there, and that was actually his last fight. So I just don't think he's ready for a guy like Jorge Linares, man. What do you think, Big Cool?
Yeah, I'm with y'all guys, but if, you know, Linares start to cut up and shit, it could change the momentum, because I know he got diced and sliced by DeMarco a few years ago, you know what I'm saying, and that just kind of threw him all off. But if his skin hold up, man, I think that he's just too skilled, too fast, too experienced for the young Campbell, and, you know, I think it'll be a learning lesson for Campbell, but I think he'll bounce back eventually. But no, Linares is not about to lose his title, not this weekend at least. So I expect him to win 8-4, 9-3 type fight.
Okay, let me put a spin on it for Bo. Campbell, man, he's got fast hands. He's got power in each hand. He's got 14 knockouts and 17 or 18 bouts. It's a little improvement defense also, but he's not a fucking beat the Anthony Crolla. And actually, if those two met in the ring, I think Luke Campbell would beat the shit out of Anthony Crolla, given those statistics, or at least that particular very small breakdown of his skill set. Do you think he has a chance against Jorge Linares?
No, man. Listen, man. Luke Campbell is a former rapper out of Miami, man. This dude has never been in the ring. He's an old, tired motherfucker. I mean, what? I mean, have we forgotten this motherfucker, the originator of Me So Horny? Come on, man.
Two live.
Oh, wait a minute. My bad. Y'all talking about the fighter Luke Campbell.
Fighter,
my old ass,
Yeah.
man. You know, I got I got mild dementia, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what? The only chance he has is, we know, like Big Cool said, Linares, he gets cut, and Linares, early part of his career, you know, he had a questionable chin, but he was able to offset that with skill. So those is only chance, but I'm not willing to bet on that. Like you said, I don't think he's ready from a skill set. From a skill set, he's just not there with Linares. And you was right to throw shade, because Oscar De La Hoya is not gonna put him in there with Mikey Garcia after what Mikey just did to Adrian Broner.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's a good fight, though. It's also taking place this weekend. I miss it. You know, them UK fights be coming on at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon and shit. So, you know what I'm saying? If you got to go grocery shopping and shit, save that shit for Sunday, nigga.
Nah, they fighting on HBO, bro. They fighting on HBO.
Are they?
California. Yeah, they fighting in the States.
I thought this shit was in the UK.
No, that shit is here.
In California. Yeah, HBO.
This shit is in California. Okay. That's what's up. All right, let's move on to the next one. We got Oscar Valdez. He's going to be defending his WBO 126-pound title again. This time against a guy by the name of Genesis Servania. This Servania is 29-0 with 12 knockouts. Now, if you don't go to his box rec, he undefeated. Motherfucker might be the real deal. You go to his box rec, you see why he's undefeated. You know what I'm saying? Start looking at motherfuckers.
I'm just okay. Don't you do it. Like, Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Because I got a very good point I'm gonna make, and if you mention it, I'm gonna be hella pissed at you if you do.
Go ahead, Bo. Go ahead. I'll let you do it.
All right. Like 2K said, if you go to his box rec, right, it tells a different story. But what I do is I go to the box rec and I find a name, right, that I know of. He fought a guy by the name of Tashiyaji or God damn, what's this nigga's name? Tamagaja or some shit like that, right? He knocks this guy down in the first round. Then this dude knocks him down in the second round.
Oh, wow.
And pretty much the dude was, I thought that the Japanese guy won the fight. They stopped the fight because of a cut and went to the scorecard. And Gervonta wound up getting a decision. So I said, okay, let me follow this dude that he fought, watch some more fights. I'm like, okay, this dude, he fought be pretty good. So I looked up another cat he fought. Like 2K said, Oscar Valdez should beat this dude. He has a very bad habit of staying in the pocket too long with his chin up high. After he throws his combination, he don't put his hand back to his head. He puts his hand right down to his chest. So his chin his whole face is open, okay? And he's what I call a pattern fighter, meaning that he fights you like when you train a motherfucker how to hit the gloves, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 shift. That's how he fights you. So you can time this motherfucker. So Oscar Valdez should win this fight, but it's you know, he's fighting another undefeated guy, and at this point in his career, I think that's the road they want to take. Is just get you exposed against cats that's undefeated that, you know, some people might know something about, but he shouldn't have no problem with this dude at all.
Let me put a spin on this shit for Big Cool. Miguel Mariaga, Hiroshige Osawa, Carlos Adrian Rueda. You know any of these motherfuckers?
I know the first guy you said, you know, the nigga that
right, of course,
fought, you know, Valdez, right.
But
then Lomachenko, yeah.
My point is, champion, this is going to be his third defense of the WBO title. I see him face the likes of Gary Russell Jr., Lee Selby, Leo Santa Cruz, Jojo Diaz, man. I mean, what is this? Why are we seeing this Genesis, whatever his fucking name is, man? What do you think about that, Big Cool?
I mean, an easy victory for Valdez. It's the top ranked way, man. Valdez, to his credit, had said he was ready for these other guys, but we know Uncle Bob calls the shots, man. And if you get out of line, you're gonna be on the sideline for 2 years, or a year. Garcia, Walters. So I mean, step up. He's had his tough fight with Miriaga. He got the title off of Gradovich, so it's time for him to step up, man. Besides,
he got the title, NABO title off Gradovich. That shit wasn't even for the WBO. Yeah, it was the next fight against Rueda.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, shit, man. I thought once he fought Gradovich, even though he wasn't what he was, at that stage of that fight, he was still credible. I thought he was going to continue to increase the competition. And I'm not mad at the Mariaga fight because he's a solid fighter. Went 12 rounds with Walters, even though he lost that fight. Shit, man, it's the Bobby Aaron way. I guess the ego won't allow him to, decide and work with these other promoters to make these fights that we really, really want to see. You know what I'm saying? It only hurts the fighter because it doesn't enhance their legacy, their resume, and it does nothing for them. They just can say they was a titleist and they fought a few good guys, but career more in their hands, man, and kind of let Bob know, man, I want to fight these guys. So whatever you got to do to make these fights happen. But it'll be another easy defense, and we won't really gauge how good he's, gotten good against Mariaga. So I expect him to look better in this fight. But until he faces one of those upper echelon guys, we're not going to really see if he's regressing or getting better. So the jury will still be out on Valdez, who I like as a fighter.
Good point. Yeah, very good fucking point you made. And I also liked how you talked about Gradovich. Gradovich definitely wasn't the same Gradovich that beat Billy Dibb twice. You know what I'm saying? He had already lost to Lee Selby against Oscar Valdez. So very good point you made there. Bernard, let me twist it up a little bit. Top rank another WBO champion in Oscar Valdez.
What did you say, 2K?
It's top rank protecting another one of their WBO champions in Oscar Valdez.
Yeah. Okay. They're protecting not just the champion, but the goddamn belts.
Well, yeah, that's my point.
Yeah, but I want this. Like I said, top rank in the WBO is two mob families that join together and they got a conglomerate going just to keep certain things in line. Now, I wanted to say this. I heard what everybody else said, but impressed with Oscar Valdez in his last two fights.
Right.
I can't recall the opponents, but I know one opponent. He got a knockdown within the last 3 rounds. I can't tell you which round, but he lost. He clearly know he lost that fight. I felt he lost the fight, and if I'm correct, I probably was watching the fight with Bo, and I know Bo probably said he lost the fight. So when I sat there and looked, he got the decision. He got a fucking gift. He has not been impressive in his past fights. I don't know if he's, you know what? Fuck it. He's gotten comfortable and complacent. So I'll probably pick Oscar Valdez for the win. But I hope this. Who's he fighting again?
Genesis. That's all you need to know.
Genesis. I hope. Yeah, I can roll with this. I hope Genesis stars the Genesis when he beats Oscar Valdez in that WBO and start a new reign. Let the Genesis reign begin.
Word up.
So, he said Valdez.
Yeah, this nigga said Valdez. Man, they got Mexicans in Chicago, nigga. You shouldn't be fucking his name up.
Yeah, you right, dog. You right, man.
Valdez.
Hey, we're gonna call him. We're gonna be asking changing his name to please validate the skill set. Eventually, he keep fighting these motherfuckers that we can't pronounce.
I'm telling you, man, for real. All right, let's move to the next one. This is a fight that I've actually been waiting on. We got Gilberto Zurdo Ramirez versus Jessie Hart for the WBO 168-pound title. Now, I'm going to go to my man Bo because me and Bo talked about this briefly. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of leaning towards Gilberto Ramirez because Jessie Hart really don't have a resume. He is a good fighter, but he really is. The question is still kind of out. on Jessie Hart, man. Bo, how do you see this fight, fam?
Man, this is a 50-50 fight, and man, I'm actually kind of glad I saved myself because I was gonna go in on Bernard with that 50-50 fight shit about the Hughie Fury thing. So I'm glad I didn't go in on his ass because this is a 50-50 fight because Jessie Hart is a dog. He's gonna get on you. He's gonna stay on you. He's tall, and he's tall, and he's not as tall as Gilberto, but he looks like he is, and he's very rangy and wild. So he could give Gilberto some problems. Gilberto didn't look that great against Arthur Abraham. Okay, so this is a really good fight. I want to go with Gilberto, but I could see Jessie Hart just making Gilberto feel uncomfortable, dogging him, staying on him, you know, and frustrating him just with the way that Jessie Hart can get in and out. He can use that jab, and then when he jumps on you and leans on you. And I know Gilberto don't like being leaned on.
Right.
So, man, Jessie Hart could possibly pull this out, but like you said, Gilberto, although he hasn't looked good since the what fight was that? Was it Porky Medina? What fight did he fight?
No, not Porky Medina. What fight? His last fight. But I gotta disagree with you about Arthur Abraham, man. I thought Gilberto Ramirez went out there and executed an excellent game plan that got him to win. Just keep.
Well, no, then what fight did he fight before Abraham? He fought a fight after Abraham's when he just came back. Then that's the fight I'm thinking of. You're right. Right. Okay. Yeah, he didn't look good in that fight, but no, you're right. He hasn't looked good to me since that Abraham fight. I'm sorry. You're right. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But it's a 50-50 fight because Jessie Hart has been waiting a long time, and what we've been finding out this year is when a guy waits a long time, and you got the other guy that's kind of looking like he's starting to get a little bit complacent and comfortable. That guy that's been waiting, he comes out hungry on your ass.
Yeah, I agree. All right, let me mix it up. Bernard. So Jessie Hart, he's known for his fast hands. He's known for power. Really known for footwork. And we already know Gilberto Ramirez likes to move around the ring. How's he going to be able to cut the ring off on this guy, man? What do you think about this fight?
Apply the pressure. Start off with the body. Attack that body. Take that wind out of him. That's what Jessie Hart needs to do. If he gets him on the ropes, put your head in. I think I said it last week on somebody's show. If not, I said it on Bo's show. Put his head in his chest and make it a rough fight. Make it an inside fight.
Okay.
Rough him up. Like you said, he doesn't like being leaned on. Lean on him. Do what you got to do to minimize the movement. Because once he's tired, he's not gonna really want to move around. He's gonna stand in place. Then you got an easy target for the rest of the night. And if you could get the knockout, if Jessie Hart could get the knockout, go for it. So since this is a 50-50 fight, I actually picked Jessie Hart winning.
Okay.
I just want to say one thing, man. I'll be glad when this nigga start referring to it as Bo's show. It's our show, motherfucker. Unless you're telling me you quit. Motherfucker, stop saying Bo's show.
I said, hey, let me put it like this. You doing more than I do. You be shooting. Hey, it's truth and facts about boxing. It's the Bo show. I'm going live in 15 minutes.
Hey, Bo, tell him it ain't nothing personal. You just can't stop the buck for nobody. You got to keep it pushing. When he ready to jump back on, he jump back on. You know what I'm saying? It's still
no. Check this out, Big Cool. As soon as that money comes rolling in, he gonna be like, "Hey, Bo, this is our show, right?" You see, hold on.
I'll never do that. I'll never do that because I've been running the movement shit. So that's definitely not gonna happen.
He gonna come to you like, "Yeah, man, I did come up with such and such. So what my cut at? Nick, you ain't put in no work in the last 6 months. You better get your ass home somewhere."
Oh shit!
I've never been that type of
all right, Big Cool, I can leave your big ass out, man. What you think about this fight, fam?
Man, I haven't seen Jessie Hart fight in a long time, but I know he's a boxer puncher. But I'm gonna go with Ramirez. I think that I like the way Ramirez. He a good counter puncher. You know what I'm saying? Got long arms, good reach, good power. He didn't look good in his last fight. I don't know if that's just because rust from the injury, but I think that I'm just going with him. He's a little more experienced. He's been in the ring with Abraham, and for what that's worth. But I wouldn't be surprised if Jessie Hart, wins a close decision or hell, come out and completely outbox him because Jessie Hart was at the top of, the prospects list a few years ago, and then he kind of just fell off the face of the earth. I guess he's been kind of, quietly grinding away. So it's put up a shut up because he had a lot of expectations coming out of the amateurs and out of Philly. So I'm gonna go with Ramirez. Probably, I'm gonna say TKO, late TKO. I just think that he's gonna, be a little too much experience, too powerful for him. But I wouldn't be surprised if Jessie Hart, outbox him and won a decision. But I'm glad these two young guys fighting because they, are two of the young, top 168 pounders, that new wave at the super middleweight division. So it should be a good fight.
Jessie Hart scares motherfuckers, man. He does, man. He called Jalen Love name, and Jalen Love went back to fight 8-round fights.
Well, that's Jalen Love, man.
Why did you mention Jalen Love?
Jalen Love out, nigga ain't gonna take the fight.
Hey, I got a question though. With Jessie Hart being a top ranked fighter and Gilberto Ramirez being a top ranked fighter, do you think that kind of hinders their progress because they do top rank just basically keep you in a bubble, protected from all the other promoters and shit? Because Big Cool, you just basically said, hey, he was a top prospect, and all of a sudden he disappeared. Right. So guess if he signed to Bob Arum, that's on. It's technically him.
What I look at it is it plays both parts, man. I think these fighters. I'm not gonna say no fighter is scary per se, like, you know what I'm saying. It's scary, but you know what I mean. Because if they were scared, they wouldn't get in the ring in the first place. Mm-hmm. But I think at the end of the day, man, you gotta own your career. At least if you're gonna sign with a promoter that has a history of, trying to be too controlling, you need to get shit in paperwork where you have a good, percentage of control over your career. You know what I'm saying? Because if you really want to be an all-time great legend, Hall of Famer, whatever it is you desire, you need to have at least 90% say so in your career. You know what I'm saying? You can't give all your power away. Because it's not all Bob Arum. I'm pretty sure Bob said, hey, look, this motherfucker Ward want to fight you. You want to fight the motherfucker? Yeah, I ain't ready. But, nigga, if opportunity come your way, you got to take it, whether you're ready or not. You know what I'm saying? It's not all Bob Arum's fault. But I think these fighters got to look in the mirror, man, and see if they really want to be great. You know what I'm saying? Because they say they want to be the Sugar Ray Leonards and the Muhammad Ali's, but their opponents don't say, they say otherwise. So, I think it falls on both the fighter and the promoter and the manager. So
the perfect example to follow for top rank is Terrence Crawford. That's the perfect example to follow because Crawford fights whoever he wants to fight when he wants to fight him. We're gonna
see really here at the welterweight division now. Not to cut you off, but we really gonna see now if he fight whoever he want to fight because he ain't saying Errol Spence' name.
Yes he did. Yes, he did. When he was on ESPN, he said he wanted to challenge the man, which was Keith Thurman. And then they asked him, what if Errol Spence feels some way about it and want to say something to you? He said he could stand up and get something too.
I think Errol Spence beat on ass, but that's just me. But I love Bud though.
Yeah, but that's refreshing to hear somebody say because Keith Thurman ain't calling Spence.
Oh yeah, I mean I don't believe it until the fight actually happens.
Keith Thurman's the best. Keith Thurman's the best fighter at 147. He has, skill-wise, we could say Errol Spence, but as who's accomplished what, you got to give it to Keith Thurman. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So and that's what Terrence was saying. Terrence was saying, hey, I'm targeting the man of the division, which is Keith Thurman. And I agree with him.
Like 2K said before the Canelo fight was announced with Golovkin and signed, until that shit is signed on the dotted line, that shit sound good about, I want to fight such and such.
That's true.
Terrence Crawford gonna have to sign on the dotted line and vice versa if they really want to prove that they're the best. So we'll see.
All right, shit. Let me get my little bit of breakdown. You know what I'm saying? The reason why I got Gilberto Ramirez, man, I just think he's got a better overall arsenal than Jessie Hart. Jessie Hart is one of those guys that he comes in, he's gonna have the 2.5-inch reach advantage, and I think he's taller. I can't remember if he's taller or 1 inch shorter, but he's gonna be one of those guys that's not gonna try to fight from a distance. Also, I don't think he has the footwork to cut the ring off on a moving Gilberto Ramirez. Ramirez has an excellent jab, you know what I'm saying? And he fights primarily from the outside, so I feel that Jessie Hart is gonna have to do more Ramirez to be baited into a fight. than Ramirez having to do that for him. He can actually stay on the outside and dictate the pace the entire 12 fucking rounds. Plus, if we're looking at an experience standpoint, Ramirez definitely is the more experienced fighter. Jessie Hart really hasn't fought of note. You know what I'm saying? I think who the fuck did he fight? Aaron Pryor Jr. And the only reason why that nigga's of somebody of note is because he's the great legend's son. You know what I'm saying? But the nigga's record is 19-8 at that time. So,
he has a height advantage. Jessie Hart has an inch over him, and he has a 2.5 reach advantage.
All right, that's what's up.
I did not know who this was, man. It sounded like a straight up. All right, I respect you, B. I ain't gonna say it, but you sound so different. You can't coming in like that. Go ahead.
Yeah, no doubt. But yeah. Hell yeah. But nah, I just think more dynamic that Gilberto is gonna bring into the a good fight. Like I'm gonna put that bitch around his waist. The next nigga, I might have got shit right. Now this is gonna be the first round, or at least the first round for Dorticos in the World Boxing Series, the cruiserweight division. Now Dorticos is a pretty good fighter. Comes from the Cuban school of boxing. There's some things that I don't like about as a lot of the other cruiserweights are outside of Alexander Usyk, which is one of the reasons why I got my money on him to win the entire tournament. And then you got Kudryashov, right? Also, let me say, by the way, Dorticos he's 21-0 with 20 knockouts. Now, his fucking level of competition, again, just like Jessie Hart, it's not that great, but he is laying everybody the fuck out with the exception of one person, right? And then you got Kudryashov, the fuck out by a Nigerian nigga. This motherfucker hit him with a bolo punch. You know what I'm saying? Knocked him the fuck out. Perfect win to knockout ratio, 21 wins with 21 knockouts. So a lot of people are saying Dorticos is in trouble just because of this man's power alone. Bo, man, what do you think about this fight since, you are related to Dorticos?
First, I'm glad. You know what? You know what? Go to one of the other cats, man. My battery's about to die. I'm gonna log back in on something else. Damn, I hate to even say that, but go to one of the other cats. I'll be right back in.
Oh man, but Big Cool, what you think about that, man?
On front, like I'm too familiar with Dorticos, whatever his name is, Dorticos. Who he fighting again?
Dmitry Kudryashov.
Shit, it sounds like he should be favored. I'm gonna sound like a casual right here. It sounds like he should be favored over this cat because I don't know who he is. I'm a little familiar with Dorticos, but not too much to give a breakdown on this fight. So I'm gonna let you and Bernard and Bo take over on this one.
But shit, Bernard, who you got in this fight, man? You're a casual, so just pick.
Oh yeah, for real. Oh yeah, Cool Ranch.
Cool Ranch.
Cool Ranch.
Hell yeah, yeah. It's pretty much. What is going to happen here is this. You got two fighters with big punches. Kudryashov is the traditional Russian type of fighter. You know what I'm saying? He's a robotic. You know what I'm saying? He puts everything in every single punch. So he ends up getting winded rounds. Has no fucking defense, no head movement, right? Where Dorticos, he can actually box you from the outside. He has a little bit of an inside game too, just because he has power in both hands. If he hits you with a close, compact punch, you can get laid the fuck out. My only problem with him is his footwork. He's kind of plotting. Like he has to. He's not plotting, but he has to plant in order to get combinations off. You know what I'm saying? So if he's standing on the center line, and let's just say Kudryashov is at mid range to close distance, and Dorticos is not moving, if he can't take his shot, there's a possibility Kudryashov can land something and shock the world in this fight. But I got Dorticos. I got him by knockout. I think he'll knock the this cat out within, I say, probably 7 rounds. It might even go less than that. I just think Dorticos is the better fighter all around. All right. Now, there was one that I missed before I go into the next segment. Badou Jack versus Dmitry Bivol. So Badou Jack is, of course, the newly crowned WBA 175-pound title holder, right? Beating the garbage-ass Nathan Cleverly that we all knew what the fuck was going to happen prior to that fight getting announced, right? They went to purse bid. It's going to be set, or they haven't been yet, but it's going to be set, I think, Monday, September 25th. So if they can't make a decision in negotiations right now, purse bid will start Monday. What do y'all think about this fight, man? Dmitry Bivol is a fucking beast. He knocked out a guy, a local guy out here by the name of Samuel Clarkson. A lot of people thought Clarkson might be able to have something for Bivol, but that shit wasn't happening. What do y'all think about this fight, man? Just real quick, Big Cool.
Man, Bivol, he's a good fighter, man. He's a polished fighter. He's not the biggest puncher, but you can tell that he got power. He got the type of power that'll wear you down as the fight goes on. Has a good jab. Those combinations need to work on some things. And Badou Jack, you know, he's continuing to improve. He seemed to be more powerful at 175, but this is a tough fight and a good fight. You know, I hope it happens next. Most likely it will happen. I favor Badou Jack because the experience. He's been in there with DeGale, Boutte, Cleverly, what's the old guy named George Groves. So I definitely favor him just off experience, and he's a skillful guy, but 50-50 fight than anything, just off the amateur experience and, you know, type of fighter Bivol has shown so far early in his career.
Yep, I agree. What you think about it, Bernard?
This fight is really going to be a big test for Bivol because of Badou Jack. Because Badou Jack has great defense, even though he does use that high guard. Badou Jack definitely loves to go to the body too, and that's how he starts out to break you down. Bivol, we've seen him on the undercard of Ward. We know when he won that fight, he didn't want to go against Ward or the winner of Kovalev on Ward. As of right now,
yeah, he said he wasn't ready, right?
Wasn't going ready.
I would think he would take this fight, but hey, he's in the running for that shot for the WBA. He's gonna take it. With that being said, I'm picking Badou Jack. But I see this being a good fight, man. I would love to see to the late rounds with this. Hopefully, he can last to the 12. But I believe this gonna be a fight that people gonna be sleep on, but could possibly be great.
Okay. All right, let's do a quick rundown, real quick.
Yo.
Oh, you back on, nigga?
Yeah, man. And judging
about
by
that fight, man.
and judging
since this motherfucker want to talk.
And judging by how I wasn't going that long, you motherfuckers probably ran through that damn Dorticos shit fast. So I'm glad I didn't listen to y'all crazy ass shit.
I said Dorticos was winning by knockout, bro.
Oh, okay then.
What do you think about that?
Cool Ranch.
Man, Jack and Bivol, if they come to an agreement, I talked about how it might go to purse bid and come to agreement this week. What do you think about that fight if it goes down?
I like Badou Jack chances in that fight. Badou Jack chances has the more experience. Badou Jack goes to the body like nobody's business. I don't know how Bivol is going to take a guy that's on you, dogging you, and hitting you at your body like that. Bivol has a great amateur background. We all know he has a good jab. He has a good pedigree. But the pro and the amateur ranks is totally different. There's a reason why the way Badou Jack fights, you can't fight in the amateur because of the style. So I like that. I like Badou had the experience, and he seems to be very comfortable at 175. He really seems to look like he's about ready to really hit a stride at 175. So I like Badou. I definitely like Badou.
No doubt. Bernard, turn your motherfucking TV off, nigga.
That's not me, man. That's Big Cool.
Big Cool.
I got my
One of y'all motherfuckers, turn your TV off. Anyway, let's go ahead and do the rundown. We're getting ready to conclude this show anyway. Just for everybody's convenience, Katie Taylor fight versus Hughie Fury. versus Luke Campbell. That's all happening this weekend. Oscar Valdez versus Genesis Servania. And Gilberto Ramirez versus Jessie Hart is this Friday. Don't forget that shit. About y'all niggas turning the TV on Saturday talking about, oh shit, I thought the damn Ramirez fight was today. Nah, motherfucker, I told you right now when it was. All right. The fuckery of the week. Bernard, man. Who's getting the award this week, bro?
Teddy Atlas was saying Triple G had Triple G 118, 110. Oh, yeah. He was on some bullshit. That is, I don't know what Teddy Atlas, he has an agenda, but it's starting to look like, man, yo, you ain't giving none of these black fighters they credit, man. You said Lomachenko is the pound for pound number one. Now you went sit here and said Triple G is 118, 110, even though I know Canelo is not black. Pulled off some black shit by doing the slick shit that Mexicans usually don't do. You really don't see them doing. But hey, for whatever reason, 118, 110, then you had enough nerve to complain about the judge giving Canelo 118, 110. Come on, man. Full of shit. And then I'm gonna give it to Stephen A. Smith, man, because like 2K say, ever since the ESPN, you know what? Let me rewind that back. Yeah, ever since ESPN and Top Rank made that deal, and he's been doing all this boxing, he be thinking he knows some shit. He don't know shit. He don't know shit. Just talking all this shit. She need to be tested now, man. I thought he was about to pop a blood vessel and down live TV, man. I would have been like, yo. But hey, you know, he gets it too, man. Like, yo, relax. It ain't that serious, man. Real. Relax. You know what I'm saying? You being all hyper this shit like you got ADD or something, man. Take your real and calm your ass down. Shit.
Yeah. I can't stand that nigga, dog. You know damn well that motherfucker don't know nothing about boxing, trying to act like he got like all this boxing knowledge out of nowhere. Motherfucker been on ESPN like 10, 15 years, however long nigga been on there. I ain't never even heard this nigga utter the word boxing until Manny Pacquiao Floyd Mayweather got hot. You know what I'm saying? Nigga never uttered the word
anything Mayweather. It's the only time he talked about was anything Mayweather. Now all of a sudden,
that nigga didn't even talk about Floyd until Manny Pacquiao and Floyd was hot, like in 2009. That's when he started saying boxing for the first. The nigga couldn't even say the word fully yet. He would say box. And they were like, all right, nigga couldn't finish it. You know what I'm saying? Like a little baby and shit.
That motherfucker give it 10 rounds in the 10th round. Get the fuck out of here.
You, bro. I'm telling you. All right. We're going to get into the segment that B likes so much. I will not say it. I don't give a fuck who's listening. I will not say it like a millennial nigga. You know what I mean? I will say it like a respectable black man talks. We will get into the You Don't Even Know segment. And that is going to be Manny Pacquiao getting knocked the fuck out in Thailand in 3 rounds all the way back in 1999 by a nigga named 3K Battery. Y'all know how them damn Thailand cats are, man. You got motherfucking knockout CP Freshmart, the 105-pound phenom who's out in Thailand. You got Wang Han, Miniyothin. They got them fucked up names over there.
Don't touch the table, though.
Oh, but clean up.
It doesn't. I got stuff.
No, if I.
They got them fucked up as. They got the fucked up names over there, and in this particular case, that nigga Manny Pacquiao got knocked out by a nigga named 3K. Now, maybe I shouldn't say that because I'm 2K, but it is what it is. Anybody that ain't 2K, fuck you, nigga. All right? Let's move on to the final blow, man. My man Big Cool, what you got for us, dog?
Man, Billy Hoe Saunders, you've been summoned. You know. He kind of remind me of less skilled David Haye in terms of how he goes about ducking and dodging the top competition in his division. So let's look at his resume a little bit. We know he fought Eubank Jr. 2 years ago. Won a close decision. Cool. He earned that victory. You know, then, you know, he started the ducking ways because he was scheduled to face, I think, Peter Quillen, the mandatory to Peter Quillen, but he accepted some step-aside money in order for Lee to man up and face Quillen, stating that, you know, he hoped to face Lee, obviously for reasons why, we found out in the fight, he matched up better with Lee and ultimately won that WBO middleweight title.
Mm-hmm.
Ever since that day 2 years ago, or close to 2 years ago, he's been holding that title hostage. He had two, canceled title defenses, one against Max Berzik. It was supposed to take place at the Copper Box in London. He fucking pulled out with the hand injury, jacking off too much, I guess. And then, he was supposed to fight, who the fuck can't even pronounce this guy's name? Cavo, whoever it was, also pulled out with the injury.
Yep.
So, let's fast forward a little bit. He was supposed to face somebody on the undercard of Alvarez versus Liam Smith. But he pulled another bitch move. He pulled out because he didn't want to face supposedly Gabriel Rosado, easy victory. Curtis Stevens, probably would have been a tough fight for him. And Willie Monroe Jr., the guy he just defeated this past weekend. And then we all thought that he was really about to get his, karma was about to bite him in his ass when he was scheduled to face the mandatory challenger, Avondale Kirkenstein, who was 32-2 KOs.
Stein.
But Kirkenstein, whatever. He got caught up on those RICO charges, so he dodged the bullet. And so this motherfucker has been talking about Golovkin for the longest. He even threw shots at David Lemieux saying, I'm going to have to see you, bitch, or something like that on Twitter.
Yep.
Only to fight Monroe Jr. And what pisses me off about this motherfucker is this guy has a title. He talks a lot of shit. He wants the big fights, but he has one lined up with Golovkin. But for whatever reason, the fight isn't made. He had Jacob saying he was willing to come over to the UK and face him. No, that's not a big enough. It's not enough time to, promote a type of fight of that magnitude. Cool. Fight you. No, I'm not worried about that. So after his fight with Monroe Jr., which was a stinker, it was lackluster to say the least. That's being nice. He calls out Amir Khan, not Jamal Charlo. Hell, he don't even call out Kell Brook, a guy that could hold his own at middleweight, even though he's dealing with the orbital bar. I still would have respected. Okay, I want to fight Brook, a guy who's shown he could handle himself at 160. This motherfucker called out Amir Glassjaw Khan for a fight.
Glassjaw.
I thought they were bullshit. I was like, man, they got to be lying. It's probably one of them fake UK TMZ type sites. But little is it true. This motherfucker got quotes saying, I call him out because I think he's a good fighter and it will be a good fight. Where? What does this say good fight at? Fight? I mean, do you see where it say good fight, 2K?
Nope.
Do you, Bernard?
Hell no.
So, if we don't see it as a good fight, and I know some people from the UK don't think it's a good fight, then why the hell he think it's a good fight? This dude had his fucking tune-up fight with Willie Monroe. He don't need to knock off any more rust. This dude is 28 years old.
Yep.
Has come for him to face Golovkin. Both of these motherfuckers are aiming to return in December. If I'm Golovkin and Canelo is tripping on, this rematch and don't want to have an immediate one, I'm not about to put my career on the hold just because this motherfucker want to, make me wait till May. I'm gonna unify these titles. I'm gonna increase my chances. Better myself in the negotiations. Gonna whoop up on Billy Ho and come to the table with all 4 belts. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Billy do more talking than a female gossiping about some shit she don't need to be gossiping about. You know what I'm saying? Damn. And dude is just a joke of a fighter. He say shit and then he bags away. He has these phantom injuries, and it's time for this dude to either, I can't say be stripped because he did defend his title, but it's time to them to force him to step up and fight Golovkin or fight somebody credible, because this dude is just holding up a spot for a hungry fighter who wants to fight these guys, who wants to be, a guy that's known for at least fighting quality guys. This dude talks a lot. And for him to call out Amir Khan, nail in the coffin for me. I have no respect for him after he loses that WBO title, whether it's to Golovkin or whoever. I don't want to see the motherfucker fight again. I'm putting him on my shit list with Adrian Broner, for different reasons. But Billy Hoe Saunders, man, he's pathetic, man. I ain't never seen a guy not want to fight nobody. Andy Lee, cool. You know what I'm saying? I was surprised you won that fight. You fought U.O.E.N.O, cool. But dude, you haven't fought other than this past weekend since fucking December 19th of 2015, or matter of fact, December 2016, a year. So, and you fighting these motherfuckers that we can't even pronounce, that shouldn't be ranked as high as they were, but yet you got motherfuckers that's calling your name, that's willing to come over to the UK and give you what you want. You know what I'm saying? You want the home field advantage, we give you that. You want to choose the gloves and all that, we give you that. And now, you know, Frank Warren, I don't want to do this. So he's blowing opportunities. And calling out Amir Khan should just tell you everything you need to know about him as a fighter and as a man. You know what I'm saying? Dude is a coward. He'd rather talk behind the board and through his cell phone and make peanut butter and jelly sandwiches instead of fighting these guys. So, Billy Hoe Saunders, your whole card has been pulled by Big Cool. Put up or shut up, man. If not, just retire, because we don't need guys like you in the sport of boxing, because we got enough problems as it is. You don't need these reluctant fighters holding on these belts and holding up these good matchups. So December, Golovkin returning, you returning. Why not return against each other? So make it happen. If not, you know, be gone, man.
Word up. Shit, that motherfucker whole card got pulled like 3 times over. You pulled it, gave it back to the nigga, then I took it from him, gave it back to him, then Bernard pulled the motherfucker.
Yeah, man.
Peanut butter man, the peanut butter
sandwich
man.
I'm looking at the WBO rankings right now. You know, you made a very good point, very good final blow. It's kind of like he looked at the rankings and picked the weakest link. You know what I'm saying? Top 5, number 1 is David Lemieux. Okay. Number 2 is Willie Munho. Number 3 is Rob Brandt. Rob Brandt's in the 168-pound tournament, right? The World Boxing Series tournament. So we can scratch him off. Number 4 is fucking Jamal Charlo. And number 5 is Daniel Jacobs. So he looked at that and was like, oh, well, give me that nigga Willie Monroe. He the wackest one.
he can't punch to save his life. So, yeah, bro, he going to have to see these niggas eventually, bro. I mean, it got to happen, man. Like,
I
agree.
I'm gonna say this, bro. The way that the WBO don't be enforcing their mandatories.
No, they don't.
Look how they do. Look at how they do with Top Rank. So if Frank Warren, let's be honest. I guess Frank Warren got a couple belts over there. He got Billy Ho got that belt, and then Terry Flanagan got the other belt.
Mr. Family Injury.
Yeah, right. So right, and I'm surprised you didn't point this out. Did you notice how Billy Ho looked in December 2016? Then when he looked now, he looked fat as hell when he was in that ring against whoever he fought. I don't know who that cat was.
Akakov.
But he looking shit.
Yeah.
Akakov. But then when he had to fight Willie Monroe, somebody told you he actually took it serious.
Yeah, true.
It got his fucking shape.
Still shitty as a fighter.
He wanted to get abs. No, don't get me wrong though.
I feel what you're saying though.
He's a shitty fighter, but he's like, oh shit, this guy might be some competition. Let me get my ass in shape for real. Like he didn't take it for granted.
And that's why it's a shame. And that's why it's a shame that Willie Monroe didn't even come to fight, bro. Because he could have. I mean, I think Willie Monroe a better fighter than Billy Joe Saunders. That's just me. But I mean, he didn't fight at all. So that's a shame.
He didn't have the dog in him. He didn't have that dog on him that he should have had, like Bo pointed out earlier, to take him down. You know what I'm saying? At least make it a fight. At least make it a fight. Even if he would have went out of robbery, he would have been like, you know what? We back Willie Monroe because he came in and roughed that motherfucker up. You know what I'm saying?
Should have named that fight Battle of the Neutered Dogs or the Neutered Pussies because this motherfucker nuts was clipped before. You know what I'm saying? So
the castrated hoe fight.
Yeah, I mean it is what it is, man. We don't mince words over here. They offended. They know where to find us. You know, I'm CBT, 2K, the Project of Boxing Talk. You know, y'all true facts about boxing. So Entwine, just that nigga that's bouncing around like a fucking roly-poly. So, you know, you find all of us.
That nigga
he's doing all those moves
too.
Oh god damn, man.
Hey, he probably rolled over the bed stuck now.
Oh, that nigga got stuck in that little crack in between the bed and the wall and shit.
Look, he trying to get to the phone, man. Oh shit.
That's so fucked up. All right, y'all. We're gonna wrap it up right here, man. I want to thank my co-host, Also, say what's up to Twine out there abroad. Hope my man's having fun and shit. We holding it down for him, of course. Go ahead and give you a handle, Bernard.
Okay, you can follow the movement right here on YouTube. The Movement Podcast, Boxing Podcast on YouTube. The Movement Boxing Facebook group. You can follow us on Twitter at The Movement Boxing. You can follow us also on Instagram at The Movement BP. Y'all know the groups we in. Shout out to Eastwick. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, we don't lose the Brits either. I got to give props to my man 2K, aka 2K Stewart. He had to give me that. You know what I'm saying? Emmanuel Stewart treatment. Slap me in the corner, man. Like, yo, what the fuck is you doing, man? Knock that motherfucker out. I sure did, because that motherfucker started screaming out, hey, yo, I need an impartial judge for this. Yeah. When I spoke some facts, that motherfucker changed his tune. Fuck out of here. Seabiscuit.
All right. Big cool, man. Go ahead and give you a handle, fam.
Hey, I want to piggyback off what you said, 2K. Shout out to our boy Twine. We joke a lot, but that's my bro. All these guys my bro, so it's just all fun. Be safe over there, you know what I'm saying? Have some fun. And take notes on how to run the show, man. Just to get this shit in and out, you know what I'm saying? Don't need to be here 12 o'clock, man. You know what I'm saying? You do good, but you do better with this time. But anyway, man, you follow Colossal Boxing Talk on Twitter at Colossal CBT, Facebook Colossal CBT, Colossal Boxing Talk CBT. I'm in all these groups, these channels. Also, fuck Tavon for talking about my boy ain't letting that go.
Woo!
2K, you can take that on out.
Got him. All right. I don't know if that nigga Bo is still on or not. Bo,
Well, I
on.
shot his shit out. You can find that nigga on Truth _FactBox1 on Twitter and Instagram. You can find that nigga in Supreme Boxing as well as Ring IQ, putting videos up every hour on the motherfucking hour.
Pretty much.
You can also the Kevin Hart Boxing Talk on YouTube.
Hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? Truth and Facts about boxing on YouTube. You can find that nigga anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Man. Bo is in every Facebook group. You find him on Power for Power Boxing, Guard Your Grill. Hell, what else? You know what I'm saying? 2K Show, The Prodigy of Boxing.
Yup.
Shit.
That nigga Bo is the Bryant Gumbel of YouTube, nigga.
Yeah, hey, I'm willing to do anything you say, okay?
You know what I'm saying?
No. You know what Bo is? He's like the Watson twins. You see that motherfucker everywhere.
Oh man.
Yeah. Oh, that do sums them up though. You know, pouring coffee for 2K. You know, making eggs for 2K. You know, making my bologna sandwiches and shit.
Oh shit. Word up.
Shit.
And of course, man, it's your host, man, 2K, basically, aka the substitute teacher of this shit. Of course, y'all know where to find me, man. Prodigy of Boston Talk, holding it down over there. All the groups, you know, the movement, Eastwick. Shout out to my man Willie the Kid over there. He probably still on listening right now. Yeah, man, wherever I'm at, wherever you see a nigga saying, get the fuck out of here, go ahead and look at your phone, and that's him. That's me. Word up. All right. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up. Appreciate y'all fellas getting it on, man. And that's going to be it. Peace.